Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of the Foul Playland. As always, I'm your foul player. Wanted to do this video regarding mock draft of the Jets. I've been wanting to do one, but I'm not tech savvy and um I don't know how to share a screen and all that shit. But I wanted to take a attempt at it because I always dick around with like mock draft simulations. And in addition to that, as far as football goes and drafts or building through the draft, no one could touch me. I don't care who it is online. You can't mess with the kid. I mean, I do it more with what the Jets and the Giants need are. Am I wrong on one or two picks? Yeah, but not like life or death, like where I'm extremely wrong, Um, but usually in those same drafts, I pick a lot of winners. Um, in the third or second round, or you know, that would make up in a normal situation for my shitty picks. Last year I picked 100% winners. I mean, it's even though it's like still early, but you know, basically the Jets and the Giants should let me run their draft room because I mean I appreciate what Douglas did last year, but he just had a good draft. But by Jets terms, that means a fantastic, world-changing draft. But I think I could have had a little bit better draft, even though I agreed with the Mekhi Becton pick. I think I could have done a lot better in the later rounds, but I don't want to toot my own horn. But I'm running the PFN mock draft simulation. You can't see the screen, so I'm not gonna bother showing you. But I'm gonna do a straight up Jets simulation with no trades. I mean, I would like to do the trades, but I don't got time for that, and I don't want. I want to keep my hands free. So with the first pick, I'm gonna pick Zach Wilson, quarterback from BYU. That's a given. I like Zach Wilson. From Jump Street, there was a little bit of a debate with me, like whether I thought he was better than Trevor Lawrence. Um, if I had to pick between the two, I'm not gonna front, even though I think Wilson is a little bit more talented as far as his arm goes. But Lawrence, I mean, he's the bigger guy, and like I think he would be able to take a beating long term. So maybe I would pick him just to be on the safe side. But I think Wilson has way outplayed Trevor Lawrence as far as what's on tape. But Trevor Lawrence didn't get better this year. You want to debate that, you well hell could. But Trevor Lawrence looked good his first year. He looked okay. Following year, I mean, he didn't look terrible last year, but he didn't play exceptionally well. Even though his receivers, I'll give him that, like weren't as good as last year. But with the second pick, what's left on the board right now, and this is Pro Football Network, like they have like Jamin Davis from Kentucky, like the linebacker, rated like in the late first round. I think, even though I like him, I think he's more of a second round, third round guy. Again, he's really good though. But they also have Rashad Bateman here and Creed Humphrey as the two guys that I like the most. They have Samuel Cosme, like the tackle from Texas. I don't think he's all that. Joseph Asai, the edge rusher from Texas. I definitely don't like him in the late first round. I probably have trouble taking him in the second round. Gregory Rousseau is there too. I mean, like, I don't think he's gonna be there this late. They have him going in the early second round, but I'm gonna go for the need and for the guy that I do like the most, which is Creed Humphrey, the center out of Oklahoma. Creed Humphrey, again, I picked a lot of wrong centers, man. Like I'm not gonna front, like not that I picked them wrong, but like I there was some centers last year that I would have taken in the first round that ended up going in the third round, and it's not like they bowled above like the third or second round level last year. Like they looked okay, but they're not like wow, like like exceptional. But Creed Humphrey, even though he's really strong, Creed Humphrey moves around a lot. He doesn't get stuck on his assignment. I mean, if he blocks one dude, He has the ability to move on to the next within the same play. I love that with the center especially. Um, and he's made every quarterback he's had look really good. Another thing too, I mean, which doesn't get talked about a lot. The Creed Humphrey is really good as far as the snaps go. Doesn't have many issues as far as snaps, even though he played in Oklahoma. It's not the coldest place in the world, but you got to respect that. I would have taken Rashard Bateman, but right now the Jets with Mims and with our free agency pickup, which I can't recall his name right now, but that we kind of got our big receivers covered at the moment. See, and right now, like in the second round, you have Terence Marshall like available, which is very tempting, but he's more along the lines of um like a taller receiver. Um, so I would probably pass on him. Alex Leatherwood is there. I mean, like, but I would rather wait on tackle. Like, I mean, I already got center covered, and we have Noah Font, which I'm not nuts about him at tackle, but I think he'd suffice, and he would have to start this year anyway, and you can't switch him to guard in my eyes. And you you also have Makai Becton. I mean, like, and he's stuck at the guard position. So right now, my picks are between Elijah Moore, Kadarius Tony, or Rondell Moore. Um, I would also be tempted by Jalen Phillips. It's tough, but you know, the injury history with Phillips scares me a little bit. Wyatt Davis is there. I mean, that's also tempting too because I think Wyatt Davis is the truth. Um, I mean, but in this pick, I'm gonna go with Elijah Moore, um, the receiver out of Mississippi. I mean, somebody put me on to Elijah Moore in my comment section, and the more I watched him, I was like, shit, like this dude's undeniable. Like, and the impressive part of him is that he could play on the outside, even though we won't need him to do that, but off the rip. But Elijah Moore got a lot of talent. I think he's way better than Kadarius Tony. Um, Rondell Moore was also tempting there. Um, but there's just more of a ceiling with Elijah Moore where even though I love Rondell Moore, but he's just more of the gadgety guy and like sure we would need that this year, but I rather cover my bases and get the explosive the guy who I think is the most explosive receiver after that top tier of guys in this draft. All right, so in the third round, Landon Dickerson is there, the center. Um, I don't think Landon Dickerson is going to be able to play guard personally. Michael Carter, the running back from North Carolina, is there, who I like. Peyton Turner, the edge rusher from Houston, is there. A little overrated in my eyes, but he's kind of good. Rashard Weaver from Pittsburgh is there, man. Um, but Nick Bolton is dropping down in this draft. I think it's a good place to pick him, and I'm gonna pick Nick Bolton, the linebacker out of Missouri. I mean, like I don't like drafting linebackers super high. This is not super high, but I mean, I probably could have got a better value had I waited. But why not? Like take Nick Bolton here. I want to kind of like start making a little bit of a sense of the linebacker situation for the Jets in the years to come, and we gotta start trying to cut some of the players that are just taking up a lot of money. for the Jets in the future, and I think he could fit that role seamlessly. So Nick Bolton from Missouri at number 66. Now I'm at the 86 pick, and the player pool that's available to me is Tyson Campbell from Georgia, the cornerback. Don't like him. Dylan Moses, the Alabama linebacker. Again, not nuts about him. Brevin Jordan, the tight end from Miami, sort of tempting, but I'm not nuts about him. What I am gonna try to do at this pick, um, there's a few players I like here that lower than I want, but I'm gonna go with my gut because I don't want to make trades in this exercise. But Jackson Carman is there, the tackle from Clemson. I do like him a lot. You also have Tylon Wallace, the receiver out of Oklahoma State. I like him a lot. Paulson Adebo is there. Paulson Adebo is a beast. Uh, Chaz Surratt, another linebacker from North Carolina, is there. I think he has a lot of potential. But to me, right now, it's between Tylon Wallace and Paulson Adebo. And I'm going to go with Paulson Adebo, cornerback out of Stanford. Paulson Adebo, I think, took a year off, and he has a little bit of an injury history. But Adebo is right up there with the best cornerbacks of this class. In his pro day, he balled out. Um, I think he did take the year off or was injured for a year, maybe. But he's worth the price of admission. I think on tape, he played better than almost anybody. I don't know what him playing this year would have equated to, but you know, the juice is worth the squeeze there. So I'm taking Paulson Adebo early. Now we have Tylon Wallace. He's still on the board, and Chaz Surratt, who I like, and Dante Smith. Um, we won't be picking again until the fifth round. So the other guy I like of this group is, the guy that I like the most out of this group is Dante Smith because I think that he could play guard and tackle. I like him better at tackle, believe it or not, even though he's undersized. But maybe if Noah Fant gets cut, we put him at tackle in the future. But he's better than any guard we have right now, even though I think guard is a weaker position. So I'm taking Dante Smith, the offensive tackle out of Eastern Carolina. Um, Now at this point, I'm hoping that one or both of Tylon Wallace or is gonna drop, and that's not gonna happen because somebody already bagged them. For some reason, Patrick Jones is still on this board. Now he's not. Somebody took him, but there's still really good players on the board at this point. We don't gotta go nuts for receiver like some people think. So long as we address it with a dynamic talent, we'll be okay at receiver. Some of the options that I do like have just been deboed, but um, right now the best guys I see available are Dalen Hayes, the edge rusher out of Notre Dame. Um, Only scary thing about him is that there was another good edge rusher out of Notre Dame, the Adiktumbo Ojedenji, whatever his name is, like from Notre Dame. It's just like the Miami edge rushers. They scare me a little bit because there was so many good edge rushers on both teams this year. But I want to address edge rusher now because none of these other guys, besides Cade Johnson, the receiver out of South Dakota State, are like really calling me. So I'm gonna take Dalen Hayes, edge rusher out of Notre Dame. Doesn't have like the crazy bend that I like, but right now we're good with the edge rushers that we do have. Um, or the fact that we addressed it in free agency. I'm okay with what we got there. But you know, and we also have the opportunity to maybe make another run at another one this year. But just get one guy and don't go crazy like spending money for him. I mean, or spending draft capital for him because we already drafted a well, I mean, we already picked up an edge rusher in free agency. Now DJ Daniel was also on the board in that last pick, and he's still on the board now. And we also have Jalen Twyman from Pittsburgh, the defensive tackle, who I like a lot, um, on the board. And Chuba Hubbard, the running back out of Oklahoma State, is still there. This is a tough one. There's a lot of good running backs in this draft too. I forgot to mention that, but I'm gonna go against my better judgment. And right now, to me, it's between DJ Daniel and Jalen Twyman, but our cornerback situation sucks. So I'm gonna take DJ Daniel with this pick. I know Jalen Twyman is gonna get picked up shortly thereafter this, but yeah, he just got picked up by the Vikings. But DJ Daniel, he doesn't have any like wild traits to him to me. Um, and he didn't play outstanding from one year to the next. But I think he's serviceable. And in the fifth pick, you can't go wrong. He has the potential to start or be a number two cornerback. If not, just put him in the dime packages. But right now, with the Jets being what they are, like we have zero at a cornerback. But we get to the sixth round, I believe. Pick number 186. Um, of the guys here, Robert Hainsey, the guard from Notre Dame, a little bit of a project to me. Trevin Grimes from Florida is there. He's actually okay. Cameron Bynum from California is there too, the cornerback. Um, I would maybe take a risk on a guard there, but a player that I like a lot, which a lot of draft boards have him falling for some reason, is still here. And even though I addressed cornerback twice already, Carrie Vincent, cornerback out of LSU, if he's there at the sixth round, I'm all over him. I don't care if I pick nine cornerbacks in this draft. Carrie Vincent's really good potential. He took a step back, but I mean, look at Carrie Vincent against your favorite receiver in the draft, and to me, like taking him rather than taking or taking a stab at a cornerback in the later rounds of the draft multiple times, rather than taking like Caleb Farley, like even though I like Caleb Farley, like, but I don't think Caleb Farley is a better cornerback than Paulson Adebo personally. Even though some people have Caleb Farley as the number two cornerback in this draft, he might be. I mean, he's not a bad cornerback, but the whole back surgery thing, no thanks. Um, you would keep him. But Carrie Vincent Jr., I mean, like, he has nice size, and he's played dynamic against really, really good receivers. I mean, NFL receivers. So I'll take him, no problem. And now for what I believe is my final pick, because we won't be picking at 7, and I think this pick may have belonged to the Panthers, but we have some decent options still left. Um, to Marion Terry, the wide receiver out of Florida. Eh, I don't think he's a dynamo. But a lot of people are gonna kill me here, but I don't think this dude is gonna last that long. But I'm gonna take another cornerback. To me, you can't have enough. I mean, like, Raheem Boyd is also here, running back out of Arkansas, who I like a lot. But the Jets cornerback situation sucks. Trust me when I tell you, like, I'd rather cut one of these guys and find two starters by picking four cornerbacks than to go into the year and have one and a half cornerbacks. So I'm picking Demadre Lenoir. I don't think he's gonna be here, but Demadre Lenoir is Really good. I don't like the way he plays backing up or like moving backwards, but I don't care. The modular cornerback out of Oregon has great size. See, all these guys that I like to pick at cornerback, not only could they run really well, but they have the size factor. They're not going to get bullied. Um, Fairly, the Virginia Tech cornerback, um, again, I like the way he plays. He's really sticky, but he got out muscled in some of these receptions that were made against him. He didn't get torched in the game against Notre Dame, I believe. Yeah, I think they threw like 50 yards against him. But you have NFL tight ends and receivers that were going against him. But the times that he did get beat, it was by being out muscled, and you just got to worry that every receiver in the NFL could out muscle him, especially when you're talking about post back surgery. So my draft is now done. At number 2 overall, I picked Zach Wilson. Number 23 overall in the first round, I picked Creed Humphrey, center out of Oklahoma. At number 34 overall, I took the risk and took Elijah Moore. Um, didn't want to make trades in this draft, remember. But number 66 in the third round, I took Nick Bolton, the linebacker out of Missouri. At number 86 overall, I took the cornerback Paulson Adebo out of Stanford. At number 107 overall, I took the tackle slash guard for us in Dante Smith from East Carolina. At number 146, I took Dalen Hayes to have us have a semblance of a rotation at the edge rush position. Um, then I started tripping out with the cornerbacks. At 154, I took DJ Daniel, the cornerback out of Georgia. In the sixth round, I took Carrie Vincent Jr. from LSU with the 186th pick. And with my final pick in the seventh round, I picked Demondre Lenoir from the cornerback out of Oregon. Now, yeah, do you want to pump up the offensive situation for the Jets? Absolutely. Um, should I invest in another pick in the guard position? Possibly. But, I think Creed is going to come in day one and be a starter at the center position, especially drafting him that high. Elijah Moore is definitely going to start as a receiver. Nick Bolton is going to plug right in and play a linebacker on the team. I don't know who, but where he's going to line up. I'm okay with that. Paulson Adebo will start automatically for sure. Paulson Adebo might be the best cornerback that the Jets have day one. Dante Smith will definitely start on the Jets. Whether it be at tackle or guard, I think he's gonna beat somebody and start day one for the Jets. Dalen Hayes, will he start for the Jets? No, but he could be a rotational piece and give us two edge rushers. DJ Daniel, Carrie Vincent, and Demondre Lenoir, will they start day one? Maybe. But DJ Daniel, I think, could be a starting dime player at least. Um, and in some nickel packages, he could throw him out there on three cornerback um, situations. He'll I think he have immediate role in that. And if he doesn't, I mean, my other picks, Carrie Vincent or Demondre Lenoir, could either be one or two of these guys in DJ Daniel, Carrie Vincent, and Demondre Lenoir would be our number 2 cornerback from day one with the Jets. So I'm satisfied with that. Let me know what you guys think. I would have traded up and down, like personally, but um, for the sake of this exercise, I stood put. But let me know what you guys think and what you guys would have done differently. With that, I'm out. And just in case you think I'm not that I did anything spectacular, but that's my list. Uh, Whatever, you can't see it. But actually, you probably could see it if I turn the brightness down. But can't see shit. You see worse now. But let me know what you guys think and what you guys would do different. Let me see if I turn the brightness down on my phone if you can see it. Somewhat. But nothing to write home about anyway. But I think that this set of players would have been better than last year's set of players, personally. But yeah, with that, I'm out. Thanks for watching the Foul Play, man. Peace.